Well, thanks for staying and welcome to the sports segment here on the AM show. We'll go straight into our stories this morning. Congress of the Ghana Football Association has voted unanimously to adopt the proposed new statutes presented before it by the Normalization Committee of the FA. Well, at a historic extraordinary Congress in Accra yesterday, members voted massively to adopt the statute, which has now become binding on the FA. Now, some 155 members present yesterday voted to adopt the revised statutes, and the adoption of the statute paves way for the elections to be conducted to elect a new president for the association, as well as a new board, which now will be the executive council. Meanwhile, Congress also adopted the Normalization Committee's proposed regulations for the upcoming elections of the GFA. So we're going to check out the eight key things that have changed about the statute of the FA. So as you can see, it's behind me. So the first one, of course, is the 48 teams of Division 1 have been maintained. But there is a caveat for it to be reduced to 18-team National Division 1 League. That will be after 2 seasons. And the second is that juvenile football is maintained. The Normalization Committee and its proposal had merged them with schools and colleges football to help curb age cheating. And the number 3 is that there are now 120 delegates who will make up Congress. It was previously 123. The NC committee had proposed a 94 member body, and the term limit for GFA president and their vice will be 2 terms of 4 years. And that's what's going to happen now. And also we'll have the GFA Executive Committee. They will now be called the Executive Council. As I mentioned, the Normalization Committee had suggested they be called the Board of Directors. Now, the GFA Vice President will be elected by the Executive Council at its maiden meeting. And you know, previously it was appointed by the President. And the Executive Council members can stand for 3 terms of 4 years as opposed to an unlimited term previously. And the last one is that the GFA will no longer use government auditors but now employ internationally recognized auditors. So those are the 8 key things that have changed in the GFA statute. Now, NC Chairman, I'm talking about Dr. Kofi Amoah, commended the clubs for taking the normalization process seriously.
We have worked hard, and it's also an important assignment for a nation that has a tremendous amount of football talent. But getting to this point has been momentous because of all the things that created the Normalization Committee. And so you want to take the steps that to make sure that the things that have been identified to contribute to the cause of the downfall are eliminated through legislation, through the statutes. And we also took our time when the statutes came to give it to the football community to weigh in on it. So we have meetings with them, and they give us their input and all that. So some of the issues that came up initially were not a surprise to us, and we welcome that because it means that the practitioners of the game, the managers and administrators are taking the process seriously. You know, this one will do this, this one will do that, we think we should do it this way and all of that. So yes, it's a milestone in the process of normalization, and we are happy, and we thank the delegates, the Ghana Congress delegates, for realizing the important step that we are in to clear that so that we can continue.
All right, so Normalization Committee President Dr. Kofi Amoah. Now, Sports Writers Association of Ghana President Kwabena Abuah applauded the NC and the chairman for steering a successful meeting yesterday.
I've been extremely praised about this Congress, the smoothness. Normally, when we go for congresses, it takes about 2 days. It goes deep in the evening, and you would have thought that there will be a lot of hiccups. This one at this Congress, but I think that I need to commend Dr. Kofi Amoah. I think today he was quite receptive and magnanimous. Did not take entrenched positions. A lot of the proposals that were brought by the clubs were accepted. And I think he conducted himself very well, as well as the clubs. Initially, I thought some of them had decided they were going to really be tough and, as it were, called the bluff of FIFA. That was the initial position.
Yeah, sure.
At a point, it was clear that they were going to be the ultimate losers. And sanity prevailed. And I think it's in the interest of the clubs and of Ghana football that the statutes have been approved and adopted. I think there was one winner today, only one winner, and that winner was football.
Excellent.
Because the truth of the matter is that we become the butt of jokes around the world. I never believed in my tenure as a sports journalist that I'll be confronted with such a situation where Ghana football is on its knees, virtually. I can't believe it. We've gone one whole year without playing active football.
Incredible.
This is completely unacceptable. And it's the reason I'm really, really excited about the fact that at least we didn't postpone, the Congress again, because then we didn't know exactly when we're going to start our football. With adoption of the statutes, at least now those who intend to pick positions, in the new FA will start campaigning, hopefully within a month's time. We should be making progress and get our football rolling. So I need to commend all participants at today's Congress, particularly the leadership of the NC.
All right, so still on the Football Association Extraordinary Congress yesterday, and former FA Vice President George Efie is happy football people are gradually taking hold of the game.
For the past 14 months, football was not restored to its normalcy. And people were expecting that at least football, the normalization committee, could go down the grassroots to start normalizing football from the regional level to the top. For over 14 months, we've had only one organized NC special committee, and that's not good enough.
Sure.
And so trust me, the reason why we've made concessions to agree to everything that was presented to us except for few amendments is that we believe that let's take hold of our football. We have successive congresses, we can do amendment. Amendments are done in almost every congress that we go. So what we can do is that let's accept everything that is being given to us with the exception of just few modifications that we did.
Sure.
And then take the football. We had the opportunity to improve everything that they've done here today. So it is not like we are so happy, but we think that we need to get hold of
It's
football.
a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
Well, away from the Football Association Extraordinary Congress yesterday, it's match day for Ghana as the Black Meteors take on their counterpart from Algeria in the first leg Olympic Games qualifier at the Accra Stadium this afternoon. After weeks of training, Coach Ibrahim Tanko and his boys will be hoping to get a good result, which of course will make the second leg away a mere formality. We can hear from skipper of the team, Yayoboa.
Guys. Yeah, it is, because they won the AFCON, we are the African champions, and then for us, we're not looking at the African Cup. It's a different game. This is the U23. We have different players. They have different players as well. We just have to go out there, do our job, work hard, make sure we win, and then the rest will come afterwards.
As soon as we are done with the first leg, we'll travel to Algeria for the second leg in the space of 5 days. How important is it to score more goals here so the second leg will be a mere formality?
For me, that's what we've been doing for our previous games. We make sure we score at least 3 or 4 goals here to keep the game here, and then when we go there, it's not going to be easy for us, but when we go there, at least we know we are ahead of them. So that's exactly what we're going to repeat here.
So that was Black Meteors captain Yayoboa. The game is happening this afternoon at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's exactly 3 p.m. Ghana up against Algeria. It's an Olympic Games qualifier, so please, well, if you know it's a working day, of course, a Friday, so try and get to the Accra Stadium and let's cheer the boys to a victory this evening, or this afternoon. Now, away from that, goals from Sergio Ramos and Paco Alcácer saw Spain beat Romania 2-1 in a 2020 qualifying game, which was played in Bucharest last night, but La Roja had to hang on at the end after Diego Llorente was sent off. All right, so we have to do tennis, and Serena Williams has another shot at winning a record equaling 24th Grand Slam singles title after demolishing Elena Svitolina to reach the U.S. Open final. Well, the American overpowered the Ukrainian Fitzy to win 6-3, 6-1. And of course, Williams is aiming for her first Grand Slam win since giving birth in September 2017. The 6th-time U.S. Open champion will face Canadian 19-year-old Bianca Andreescu in Saturday's final in New York. All right, so the Saturday final will be on Serena Williams against Bianca from Canada. She's just 19 years of age. That's how we end sports. I'm Benedict Osi. Thanks so much for your company. Join us at 2 on Sports Today. There will be more sports. Until then, and keep enjoying our programs here on JoyNews.